culture with DJs and painting graffiti art. Are expressed every day within the inner cities of America and the world. You are not doing hip-hop, you are hip-hop.
Good day, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Oh, it is the first Friday of February. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I was thinking to myself, it's February, it's heart health. So why not talk about heart health? Why not talk about self-love and some other things that's about the mind, body, and soul? So that's going to be pretty much the gist of this month. That's going to be the gist of it. But I have to say this. So I am happy that I'm slowly getting my voice back. I was attending a photographer's conference Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay. And when you get around photographers, despite being mostly introverts, we will chat with other people. But also in these conferences, because everybody's talking, it gets so loud. So let me do this before I get you guys into some fun stuff, because I did some fun stuff when I was at this conference. Let me play the intro and then we'll get into it. How about that? Okay, as I was saying, good afternoon. It is Friday. It's 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern. So that means it's now time for another live edition of Girl Listen. And we are streaming live to LinkedIn and YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, would love if you would like, share, and subscribe right now. Don't forget to do that because, all of these things matter. They all matter to us. But so let me get back to my story really quick before I forget, because sometimes I forget these things. An amazing 3 days with these very awesome photographers. Met a lot of new photographers. But there are some photographers that I admire and I love the work they do. So let me just call out Creative Soul Photography really quick. What I love about them is that they believe in representing all of what our kids could be. And every year they give away a free book. If you get there early, get a free book. This year is Greatness. Let me show you that really quick. It is amazing what they can do. Reg and Karan. It's amazing what they can do with these kids. I'm just like, I probably should get my niece and my grandbaby in line because their appointments stack up really fast. But love that they give a free book every single year, and kids need to see themselves, right? Like, representation does matter. Before we go too far, shout out to my mama who is here. Let me make sure I say some hellos, right? Like, hello. And David is here. He has his wine glasses. You know what, David? Now, I do believe that red wine is good for your heart. Okay. All the grapes are good for your heart in all states, but I'm sipping on water today. Now, I'm just going to say this for those of you who understand. This perimenopausal life is really getting to me. I have been burning up all day. Although you can't see it, there's the fan right here in front of me. Now, I don't have hair like Beyonce, so it's not flowing, but the fan is here because it's hot. I'm hot. I feel like one of those superheroes or whatever, mutants that just sit still and all of a sudden I'm like burning up. For those who understand, you understand. But that's where I am today. So I am sipping on all of the water. Peggy is here. Hey, she says, I'm half here, but we'll be full here in a few. And yes, the book is great. 2 years ago, they gave away Glory. It's another beautiful book. I should probably pull it. I'll try to pull it. Beautiful book. And of course, they will sign it. So I have it autographed for my niece and my grandbaby because that matters. Now, let me tell you what else is really cool. Gwendolyn had a chance to be a model, and not just for anybody. I had a chance to model for Jonnny Creative. Now he does some amazing work. If you've ever heard of Jonnny Creative, then you have seen the work he does. It is awesome. So I was like, if you want to photograph me, I am all in. So let me play for you guys this really quick clip of my time with Jonnny Creative.
I noticed you noticing me, and I wanted to put you on notice Love this. Stunning. Beautiful. Would you bring that other hand up too? Just like that. Perfect. I love that reality. Nice and tall. Beautiful. Just like that. Stunning. 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 You're going to look over that shoulder into profile. Do I get to photograph you today? All right, done. Just like chin up high. Cleanly. There it is. Deep breath there. Just sitting into that. Lovely. Love. Woo! Shit happens. Love. Wow.
Love it.
You look so spectacular.
Oh.
Killing it. I appreciate you so much. I don't know. They probably want to keep photographing you. Yeah, your shit out of luck now. You're going to be here all day. So, welcome to
So, at these conferences, they actually bring in models to work with these photographers that are showcasing, different products and things and classes and stuff, right? So I was photographing this really exceptional model. I've seen this guy's face everywhere. He has some beautiful cheekbones and everything. And so Jonnny Creative says, hey, I see you shooting him. Who's shooting you? And I thought, what? So if you invite me, I am all in. And then, of course, all the other photographers come around and they photograph you as well. And someone says, what's her Instagram? Because they love to attach the model to their photos. And he was like, oh no, she's a photographer. She's not one of the models, but people are sending me their shots. So what can I tell you? Great times. I had the best. But let me get to what we're going to talk about today, because, man. Now, I'm going to say this real quick because I've been saying it, but we have to work together as a community, right? This is that time to work together as a community. So I don't want you guys to freak out, but I really want people to focus on what matters. And that is, you guys start with you. Take care of yourself first, right? So I want to talk about heart health today and a couple of quick announcements. So we were on hiatus, but guess what's coming back? That G is Fire Fridays. It comes back next Friday. Indie Soup Media, we are back on, people. We are back on with our fall season shows, another full season of Ladies Listen Up. We also have some amazing ideas for Let's Wine a Little. So there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming up. But heart health, we have the pathway for women and heart wellness. That is what we are going to focus on today. Now, I will say this. I know that it says women's heart health. I get that. However, what I'm about to share is really good for all persons. So just make sure that you don't say, oh my goodness, but maybe there's a woman in your life, your mama, your grandmama, your auntie, your sister, whatever, your sweetheart. Let them know. This is good for every single person. I want to make sure I say that. But before I go, Peggy says, how fun. Yes. So all of his tats, all the tats. I should have asked to photograph him. I don't know why I didn't. It's the shoulda, coulda, woulda moment, right? I love his tattoos. Love them. And on his Instagram page, he has some self-portraits. I mean, the whole head, well, most of his head is tatted, right? It's awesome sauce, okay? Awesome sauce. Ron Foster is here. Hello, Ron. Yeah, red carpet moment. David, let me tell you, people were giving me their own directions, and I'm like, sure, I can do that for you. I can do that. But you know, what can I say? What can I say? I enjoyed my time being in front of the camera. Stay tuned for a full video because I had a friend who photographed all of it from beginning to end. So stay tuned for that, but it is coming. I had a great time with him. If he asked me to be his muse again, I will jump on a plane and do it, people, in a heartbeat. I will tell you that right now. So let me talk about what we got going on here. I want to do some quick did you know? Because we talk about heart health, but we don't really talk about heart health. Like, we don't get into the nitty gritty of what's really going down. Eating right and exercising, we talk about it, but then we don't. So I want to say this, heart disease, I should say, is a major concern for women. And here are some key statistics. It is the leading cause of death right now. Heart disease, the leading cause of death for women in the United States. As a matter of fact, in 2021, it was responsible for 310,661 deaths, which is 1 in every 5 females. 1 in every 5 women dying from heart disease. Ooh, y'all. When we talk about being about your heart, we mean that. We really do. It's also high blood pressure. More than 58.9 million women, that's 45.7% in the United States, have high blood pressure. It is a major risk factor for heart disease. Can you believe that? Like, can you believe that? Now, if you look at how Americans live, now let me just stop. Nope, stop. Gwendolyn, I'm going to talk about Texas. Because when I was in New York, I had to walk everywhere. And I had a really nice bodega with fresh fruits and things. So I ate a certain way and I had to walk everywhere, especially when the MTA went on strike. I walked to work from 181st Street. Trust me, I was hot every single step of the way. But you get to Texas where you drive everywhere. And think about how we live now. We don't sit at the table to eat. We eat in our car. We eat on the run. Our options are kind of wonky. So, it's not, I don't want to say it's hard. It's the choices. And sometimes the easy choices lead you a certain way, whereas some better choices is hard to get to them, and therefore people fall into this other thing. I'm just saying. And I'm putting this out there not because, there was a time where we thought people of a certain age would get these problems. It has no age. I'm sure you've seen it. There are little ones in elementary school who have type 2 diabetes, right? So we're seeing a shift in how we eat and how we live and how we play and how we work. And it's impacting us. It's impacting us here. There are young people. And when I say young, if you are anything younger than 75, you're young. You're a baby, right? Because 30s, you're just kind of getting it together. 20s ain't about nothing. 40, you're like in your stride. 50s, you're like getting into it. And then 60, you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's the reality. But there are some disparities. Black women are nearly 60% more likely to have high blood pressure than white women. And then there is the age factor. Women are at a higher risk for heart disease after menopause due to hormonal changes. Now, I just want to step back really quick. I am not a doctor, all right? But I will say this. There are a lot of other things that women carry on our backs that make our health a hard thing to manage. If you consider it, a lot of women are the head of the household, even if they're married, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Because not only are you working the full-time job or the part-time job, you come home and work that job too. Women have a lot that they have to deal with. And it impacts every single part of us. Every single part of us. Yes, the stress. Every single part of us. You know, this is one of those things where, like, a few years back when they started saying that taking care of yourself is not being selfish, because so many women for so many years have put themselves second. We can't do it. It's not a sustainable model. It is not. We got to stop it. Last thing here, it is a silent killer. About 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent, meaning the damage is done without the person being aware of it. Woo! This is where we are, people. This is where we are. We're going to have to do better. As a whole, we have to do better. So this is why today we're going to talk about heart health and how do we have a healthy heart across the board, not just the heart, like the entire mind, body, and soul. That is our focus today. And we got some tips for you. Number 1, let's start with mental health. As Ron mentioned, the stress, I want to go with mental health first. Let me go there first. Meditation and mindfulness. Now, there are some people who don't believe in meditation. No, I don't want to say don't believe. They have the idea that they cannot shut down their brain for a minute to focus. If you want something, you'll get there. Now, I have to tell you, when I started a few years back, just closing my eyes and trying to focus, all these little voices, all these thoughts come into my head. It takes time. Like anything, you have to crawl before you can run. Okay, well, actually, don't you crawl and then you walk and then you jog and then you get it. It takes practice and time to shut down your brain and focus and just let it all go. That takes practice. But it made the biggest difference in my mindset and the level of stress. Huge difference, huge. So incorporate mindfulness practices like meditation, deep breathing, or yoga into your routine. Even a few minutes a day can significantly reduce stress and improve mental clarity. Huge difference. And I will say this really quick. We had a lake at our corporate office in Capel. I would go to that lake. I kept a blanket in my car. I would go to the lake with my blanket and just sit outside and just meditate. Just meditate. Some of you may want to do a prayer. And there have been some times, I can think of one specifically when I was in Manhattan, and I was having a moment, like everything was coming apart. And I had to kneel down to plug in a TV that wasn't plugged in. And while I was down there, I was like, let me just say a prayer real quick, because I'm down here on my knees. I was like, Lord, please give me all the strength. I mean, like, really. Do what you have to do, but that mindfulness can make a difference. Secondly, on that, your self-care routine, allocate regular time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's reading, painting, or just taking a long bath. Let me stop that really quick. I'm going to put a pin in it. Every hobby does not have to be a business. And I believe it sucks right now that people, I'm going to use the word have to. People have to get a hobby to make money to supplement their full-time job. That hobbies are for relaxation. It's for what brings you joy. It should have to be a job. Now, if you really enjoy it, by all means, go after it. But every hobby doesn't have to be a business. Get a hobby to be a hobby. I took my film cameras these past few days. I took a lot of cameras, but I took my film cameras, my 110, my little baby fisheye. I took it with me these past couple of days. It's a great conversation starter. Like, what is that? It's a 110. 110 is still around, people. It's still around. Get a hobby. Get a hobby. Get some books to read. Start painting. My sister does diamond painting. I have not started it yet, but I'm going to start it. But she does diamond painting. I have a friend who now is doing needlepoint again. Find something to just relax and get into another state of mind. Find something for yourself. Do that for yourself. So take care of yourself. This is about our emotional health. And there may be a lot of you right now who are going through a lot of emotions. Now, I said this again. I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep saying it. I stay in prayer. David knows my favorite Bible verse, pray without ceasing. I'm telling you, you can let the world and everything going on around there get next to you. I don't have time for that. I know who got me up this morning. I don't have time for that. But I do focus on my emotional health. So number 1, build a support system. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family. Don't hesitate to seek professional help. If you feel overwhelmed, talking about your feelings can provide relief and perspective. Get you some good people. There was a young lady last night that I was reading some comments on a social network, and she was talking about business, how business is not kind. It is what it is. She had been impacted by somebody. And I said, oh my God, that's so awful. That you had a situation, or maybe multiple situations, that you now believe that business has to be cutthroat and not kind. So I apologize that was your experience, because it doesn't have to be that way. Every single moment we make choices, and you can make a choice to get with some good people. It's like that old saying, you are the company you keep. So if you're meeting people, I had to catch it. If you're meeting people who bring about negative energy, you might want to check your temperature, right? Whatever you're putting out is what you tend to attract. I'm just saying. Yes, pray about it. Take it to the good Lord. That's what I do. Now, sometimes we may need to go a step further and get a professional. Please do not sleep on getting professional help. Your loved ones, they're sweet. Your friends, they're good. I mean, I'm a good ear. I am not a licensed counselor. And if you really want help, you're going to have to get a licensed therapist or counselor. We are good for a little bit, but we cannot pick up your emotional baggage and put it on our back. We weren't built that way. You need people who can help you go through that journey. There is nothing wrong with getting a therapist. Nothing wrong whatsoever. So do not sleep on that opportunity. Most importantly, set your boundaries. Learn to say no. Set boundaries to protect your emotional energy. Prioritize your own needs and well-being without feeling guilty. Now, for some people, this is hard. For those who are currently people pleasers or unlearning to be a people pleaser, this will be hard for you. Say no and stand on that. You don't owe anybody an explanation for why you're saying no. You are grown. The answer is no. No, I'm not coming. Why? Because I'm not coming. Now, some of you may know some emotional vampires. I knew a couple. The key word there is new, as in past tense. Yes. There are people who come in, they suck the life out of you and everything else in the room. They only call when there's trouble, and they're emotional vampires. Yes. Learn to set those boundaries. If you are at a place where your battery is empty, then don't go to the party. If you don't want to spend the money, just say no. If it's not your crew, just say no. And I get it, because I was the person known to not attend the company party because it's not my thing and I don't know about everybody's kitchen. So there's that. But just say no. You don't owe anyone any explanation. And no, Gwendolyn did not feel guilty. My brother would tell me, like, no, I'm not coming to the party. No, it's not my thing. And no, I'm not doing that potluck because I don't know what your kitchen looked like. My daddy taught me better than that. But take care of your emotions. But we should also be healthy in regards to our finances, because that too can add stress to us. That can add stress. So look at your budget and saving. Create a budget to track your income and expenses. Set saving goals and prioritize them. Understanding and managing your finances can reduce stress and give you a sense of control. Here's another PSA. If I had my soapbox, I'd stand on it. You need to decide what your life will be like. It is not necessary to keep up with the Joneses, the Smiths, the Kardashians, anybody else. That's ridiculous. I've never seen people who go out on a limb, renting things, pretending to impress folks who have no idea that they even exist. We got to cut it out. Cut it out. Now, I want to give you guys a really quick something to think about because it tells you where everybody is. Your dream is your dream. I don't know what the American dream is. I don't know what that is about. You have to define what your dream is. The same way that you have to define what success means to you. For some people, when they say, "Ooh, I'm going to Applebee's," that's big for them. It is huge for them. And for someone else to come and say, "Applebee's, really?" That's disgusting. It's not your dream, and you shouldn't even judge it. Eating at Applebee's, Taco Bell, Cheesecake Factory, in those places, it still takes money, right? We were at Taco Bell a few weeks back on our road trip. It was like $30 for 2 tacos and 2 drinks. $30. People are out here wanting to go to Capitol Grill, Ruth Chris, and all these places. I'm like, for what? Like, is that what you do every day? Is that how you live every day? Really? Stop it, people. If most of your life is tied up in credit, you better figure it out. My dad always said, keep some cash on hand. So I keep a little cash on hand because you never know when something might go awry. And wasn't it like last year, a couple of places had some problems? People couldn't get into their mobile wallet. I love technology too, but I don't put all my eggs in one basket. That's asking for trouble. Yes, I would. Thank you, David. He says, I would be happy. Some folks, it's never enough. For some people, it is never enough. Your dream is yours. If your dream is to one day take your family to Red Lobster, then have at it. If it's one day to go to Disneyland, then have at it. But just make sure you stay within your means. Live within your circle. That's why there's a lot of millionaires next door, because they're not driving the fancy whatever. And I know people like to talk about him, but Ocho Cinco saved his checks from his football days. He was flying on Spirit Airlines. He was wearing fake jewelry because he knew what mattered to him. He's got kids, he got a family, he got to feed. They can't eat a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? Like, be smart about it. Be smart. Let's talk about being physical, because we want to make sure that we take care of our physical health as well. So, regular exercise. Find an exercise routine that you enjoy. You can stick with it, whether it's jogging, dancing, hitting the gym. Physical activity boosts your mood, energy levels, and overall health. I love to dance. I'm always dancing. When it's really cold outside, I stay inside. Now, I do have an inside gym, but still, I find time to dance. Gets me in the mood, makes me happy. So yes, I'm always dancing. Always. And then let's talk about our food. And I know for me, this is my own sort of reminder to eat a balanced diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Proper nutrition fuels your body and mind, keeping you energized and healthy. Y'all know I love some wine, some cheese, some chocolate. Gotta have bacon. I know, gotta. But everything in moderation. Don't go out there and be a glutton. Everything in moderation, right? So just be smart about it. As I say that, if you choose to do something else, that is your business, right? I'm not going to be in your plate because that's not my business, right? Do whatever your heart desires because that's you. Again, you are grown. Lastly, let's look at our well-being. So here we have overall well-being. Sleep is major in being well. Ensure you get enough quality sleep. Develop a consistent sleep schedule. Create a relaxing bedtime routine and keep your sleeping environment, comfortable and free from distractions. Now, I have a sleep routine that I make sure that at 9:30, everything starts shutting down. 9:30, everything shuts down. The lights, my phone, well, my computer goes off by itself at 11 o'clock in case I stay up, but everything shuts down. You got to get into a way of saying the day is over, right? But if you go to bed consistently and get enough sleep, your body will thank you for it. Trust me when I say that. It will thank you for it. So overall well-being, getting enough sleep is next on our list. Oh, actually, it's the last thing on our list in terms of having a healthier heart, having a more solid mind, body, soul, spirit. We want to cover all of it. We're covering all of it because it matters. All of this matters. Now, I will say this. Oh my. Okay. You know what I love? I love how, for whatever reason known to man, and I don't know what the reason is, we continue to have these little hiccups that just happen. So here I am at a wonderful 30-something minutes. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, G, now is the time for you to go ahead and wrap this puppy up. And it's telling me, no, not yet. So what I am going to do, since I'm here, two things I want to do, because I have them here, I'm going to go ahead and do it. One, I do want to show that book that we received for free from Creative Soul. This is Glory. It's a great collection of their work and love it. So if you have any little ones who need to see themselves, I highly suggest getting that book for them because it's awesome. It's an awesome book. And then the last book I want to share, if you are ready to go on a journey to get yourself together, it is A Pause for Inner Peace by Lisa Seeley. Literally, I just completed this book. Now, it's 8 weeks, right? It's 8 weeks, but it goes over a host of areas. It talks about health, insurance, boundaries, fixing your home. Trust me, it's a beautiful book. I'll put a link in the description and I'll also put it into the community post. So if you want to purchase the book for yourself, by all means, you could do that. So we have that there. We're going to figure this out. Clearly, maybe the YouTube gods like me. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it is. But stranger things continue to happen. But I will say this, as we get ready for Super Bowl Sunday, which I really don't care. I just want to watch halftime. That's about it. Be safe this weekend, as I always say. Make sure you take time for yourself to just come off of the tin. Just relax. Even if it's for 15 minutes, take a nap, go outside, do something just for you. Something just for you. And be safe. I will see you all next week. It's going to be Valentine's Day. And we are talking about self-love next week. I will see you all.
Hey,
Hey, it's G. Thank you for watching this episode of Girl Listen. Be sure to catch me every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And while you're here, I cordially invite you to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you all next week.